Welcome to another episode of the GYST. I feel like we haven't been together in a minute, but I think we have. But I
Well,
feel
we
like
have.
not. Well, welcome to another episode of the GYST because when it comes to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, sometimes you just need a moment to get your shit together. And so do we. I'm your host, Kay Bellamy, and I got my co-hosts here, Val and Steph. And we're coming off of the weekend. How was your weekend, ladies?
Beautiful. It's a beautiful weekend. I got a lot of stuff together.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at you.
I know.
I have to say that I did too. Yesterday was the entire day I spent. I cleaned out closets. I organized closets. I, reorganized my studio room,
Right.
and
Yeah, it looks different.
I know. I'm back in here. I wasn't in here for a minute, but I'm back in here, and I felt so good last night when I went to bed. I was like, "Oh my God, I feel clean."
And
This is how I know I'm getting old.
right, that's exactly how you know you're getting old. Where
Yeah.
your house
I
makes
like
you
this.
feel good.
I like the pine. It used to be I liked the perfume and all that. Pine. I'm like the lady in the commercial.
I'm gonna pass on pine, but I need one of those weekends where I like do stuff because you know how the weather's changing and you want to change things out. And I still haven't found a minute to do that, so I still need to get my shit together. I didn't have that weekend. Mine.
And it's funny because you know how on my counter, like I put out my display, like I have this black and red kind of display of dishes. I put that out this weekend.
Yeah.
And I really, thought about all my holiday decorations and beginning to put that out. And I was like, I felt so good because I actually cleaned, I cleaned my floors and I vacuumed and I did laundry. Right. I really felt
I did do laundry. And I got a new refrigerator, but I didn't get the rest of that stuff done.
Oh, well, listen, a new refrigerator is a good thing. Yeah.
Nobody wants rotten meat.
It was a good thing. It was a necessary thing. It was the last appliance that had not been replaced. And so now it has. So.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I washed up winter blankets, got my down blankets laundered onto beds. And before I came down here, I got my the little the little diffuser going. So when I go up to my room, it's gonna smell like lavender. I'm ready.
Nice.
You sound way too excited.
Listen. That's how I was yesterday. But listen, yesterday I really, really was so excited. More excited that I had organized two closets. I organized completely. And listen, it sent me over the top. Because when I tell you those closets were a mess, they were a mess.
Oh, I know the feeling. And I'm going to find a day to get that done. I was hoping it was this weekend. It wasn't. So kudos to the two of you for getting that done. Hopefully next week when we come on, I can say I did the same thing. But yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. So I was now there was one room which just had not been touched, which was my room and my closet. And I need to just get clothes together to just give to Purple Heart or something. Right. I got to clean that stuff out because it is too much. It's too many shoes. It's too many handbags. It's too many clothes. It's just too much. And, I used to do Kay's closet. I used to do it. And give it away and let people search through it and find whatever it is you want. But now I just am like, I need to just gather it up and give it away.
Because even that's a chore. Just
right.
Even that's a chore.
Oh yeah.
And you know how friends and family are. You invite them over, grab something and go. They're there all night. They done eating out of your refrigerator.
This is what I'm saying.
Not Val and I. Those other people.
No, not us. No, not us. But
so as we get ready to dig into the conversation, skimpflation, it's a new term that they're using to identify how we are paying more and getting worse service. like worst service. Now, I've been on and off planes, quite a bit.
Right.
And, where they used to give you, complimentary beverages or a snack or something, no more. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for that. And it's crazy to see the cart go up and come back down like in 2 minutes, because people are like, yeah, no, I'm not buying.
I'm not paying for that.
Like, no, I'm not paying for peanuts. Right.
Because first of all,
I don't want the salmonella cola.
I probably got my snacks and I got everything I needed before I got on the flight from the places that I really love. You know what I mean?
Like I said, they never clean that ice machine. I don't want that.
But it's
I'll pass on the salmonella cola.
Basically, this whole thing that they're calling skimpflation is really, this customer service is becoming really bad. And it's not just from, like I said in the description that I posted online.
Right.
It's not just having a pizza delivered. Like you're waiting 2 hours to just have a pizza delivered. And then when you call places, people are rude. And like, what do you do when somebody's just freaking rude when you're calling a business or you're calling some place that you need service and they're just freaking rude? Like, what exactly do you do with that?
So I'll say, to be honest, I found that customer service was failing even before the pandemic. I was really starting to feel like you just weren't getting the same kind of customer service that you were used to back in the day. And now, of course, post pandemic, because all these employers have been working short staffed, and now they're thinking, oh, well, we can do it because we made it through, so we can just do that. And so, yeah, a lot of times, I don't even know if it's all the time that you're paying more. You're paying the same, but you're getting less in customer service. Now, I will tell you, I am somebody, if I call somewhere and get poor customer service, I'm absolutely speaking to a manager. I've written letters because that's what I do. Because I wanted to go on record. But I think that, in this post-pandemic, there's a lot of reasons why it's happening. And I don't want to just go on my own, monologue. Steph, feel free to jump in because you look like you're about to say something.
Oh, no. I'm good.
Yes. Right. Steph, by all means, say something.
Oh, I wasn't getting ready to say anything.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I think it's happening for a lot of different reasons. When you talk about the skimping on customer service. So yeah, I think it's worse now than it was getting even before the pandemic. But I think a lot of it has to do with, you've got these like folks who are just choosing not to come back to the workforce, whether that's because they've started businesses or they are making more on pandemic benefits than they are going back to the workforce. Or people just choosing that they want to do something different. So just not going back to those fields that they were originally in, and especially those customer service fields. So, I mean, I think it's a combination of all of those things, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, I do too, but I just think that at some point we really just have to do better. And I get it that nobody's there, or they're having a hard time with hiring in a lot of industries, but the people who are working,
yes,
the ones who definitely answer the phone, the ones who, they're just like, I don't care. I do not care what your need is. I do not care about being nice. I do not care about any of that. And you still have places like, Chick-fil-A, you roll up in and they still have that quality of service that you still get. But even that, I noticed, is beginning to dwindle too.
You think? I haven't experienced that at Chick-fil-A. On the occasions I go there, I still think Chick-fil-A has great customer service. But I'm saying, I know what you mean, and you're right. Like, while, okay, you're short staffed, so there's a contingent of people not there, but for the people who are there, you're the ones answering the phone, and I'm not getting good customer service from you. Now, we can blame it on they're stressed, they're overworked because they're doing the work of, 2-3 people versus just your your segment of work, because again, they're short staffed, so you're working more hours than you feel like you should. So it could be all of that. But the flip side of that is, if the company has no consequence to what happens when they're providing poor customer service, then that's what they're going to do. If you're still making your same money, you don't have to worry about getting fired, because they need you so they can do what they want and say what they want.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I have a different experience. I really have not seen a decline in customer service from the frontline people. So I mean, like the guy at Home Depot, the lady at Home Depot who's helping you or something like that. I really have not. It's just been my experience. People have been more than friendly, accommodating, probably because I go in like, hey, so there's like, hey, that.
So it's you.
Yeah, right. It's me. But what I have noticed is, for example, Home Depot or Target or any place you go into, whereas it used to be, you'd have your self-service lines and then you'd have, 4, I'll say, regular lanes open. Now there's 1 or no lanes open.
Right.
And I have to wait in a line of 20. Now that's what angers me. That's not those people's fault. That's Home Depot management fault. And one day I did get loud. I said, this is ridiculous. I said, nobody in here is upset about this with me.
She in the Home Depot trying to turn it out.
And of course, everybody was looking around like this. We fine. So they let me make a fool out of myself all alone.
But it's crazy because you go into these stores, and it's not just Home Depot. You go into Target. You go into any of these stores, and they no longer have multiple lines open.
No. What they've got is
it's either self-checkout,
right,
self-checkout,
and
or they have 1 or 2 lanes open for you to actually go through to get some service, or have someone else scan your stuff. I'm thinking, but at the same time, you see all of these people walking around, and you're like, you can't put them. Like, you see this long line, right? And let me tell you something about checkout. Self-checkout. Let me tell you something. You remember when you couldn't go through self-checkout unless you had 10 items or less, right? You needed to have 10 items or less.
You could be having 500 items in their cart.
Right, the express. They made it express.
People going through self-checkout with 32 items or 42 items, and they don't know how to scan. They don't know how to do. Somebody should say, stop it.
Look, and I'm that lady.
Go over here.
I'm that one that will say, excuse me, this was actually $229, not $239. Somebody.
Well, I will tell you, I
remember that in my head like Rain Man. Every price on something. That's not the right price. I will walk you over to the aisle. That's
holding up the goddamn line. Holding up the damn line, because she's like, but let me say this. I ain't mad at you, because I have been there, and listen, I've scanned something. I can't tell you how many times I have actually gone into a store, and let me tell you what stores are bad at. I bought a trash can. I'm gonna tell you this story. So I bought a trash can in Target. The trash can was on the shelf, and it was under, it like the tag under it said it was like $30 or something. Mm-hmm. The trash can was actually $89.99. But because somebody placed that damn trash can on the wrong shelf, they had to give it to me for $30.
Right. Because
it was placed under the wrong tag. Now, I will say this. Target is very good with that. Target will say, listen, if it was placed on the wrong shelf, and they'll tell you it was placed on the wrong shelf, so sorry, but we got to give it to her for that. I won't necessarily say, I'll be like, oh my God, this is $229. I saw it for $229 and it's ringing up at $239. I don't know if I'll go that far, but I will say this, that this whole customer service piece, but not just there, hotels are not as clean as they used to be. They're not. They're not as clean as they used to be.
Well, then I'm checking out of there, because I can't do that.
But you know who was wrong? Disney is wrong. Because I was looking up some of this.
Yeah.
They said Disney, we've all been to Disney, and you know how the park is 15 miles,
right,
radius here.
They don't even have the monorail.
They said they don't have the
tram that runs you back and
forth. They don't have,
you got to walk a mile to get into the park.
Disney better get that up and running. All that money that people are paying for that thing, they are going to light Disney up. They better get that monorail, that tram going from that parking lot.
But you know what? The problem is that the people who are saying now, unfortunately, the people who were saying that they had issue with it really probably needed to walk.
No. We will not.
That's not for them to say. Listen.
That's not for tonight.
If I'm paying $1,000 per ticket to get in the park, I want the monorail at the gate.
If I'm paying $1,000, I want them elves, them dwarves to come out and carry me from my car.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lay me out.
Just they said I want the dwarves.
Right.
Listen to me. I get it. I mean, and some listen. Some customer service, listen to me, customer service, like with Verizon, you stay on hold forever. And then when you get somebody on the line,
you do.
Get somebody from India, you cannot understand what they're saying. You have to keep saying to them, I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry. What did you say?
But listen, that was the case with them before the pandemic.
I know it was, but it has gotten worse. It has gotten worse. Literally. It has gotten worse.
I mean, I used to be on hold for a half hour. Now it's 35 minutes. It's the same thing because they want to force you to use their online agent, who the online agent never understands what the hell you asking for.
And the online agent can't really do but so much. They're so limited in what they can do until you really need to talk to an actual person.
Yeah. And then you're pressing 0, like, no, I want to talk to a live person.
When you press 0, they say, I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
Or it'll say, to help get you to the right person. Listen, I've already told you, I don't want you helping me do anything. I'm hitting 0. Just send me to the person. Send me to the person. I don't want you doing it no more.
And something about those things don't understand my Philadelphia accent because I'm like, one, yes.
You said it, yes.
I'm
sorry, I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Wait, you ever watch the show Modern Family? They have an episode where Claire is on the phone trying to confirm airline tickets, and she keeps saying representative. I'm sorry.
It's terrible. Listen to me. But here's the thing. While they have decreased in customer service, they have not decreased in their pricing.
Well, no.
They have increased the pricing, but the customer service has become less. It has become worse.
Well, here's what I think is the real problem. While it inconveniences us, as my kids say, these are first world problems. I have to wait longer. The flip side is they are working their current employees to the bone. They are working those employees hard. They're not paying them any better. Mm-hmm. There's fewer of them, and they're the ones bearing the brunt of all of us being angry. They're the ones bearing the brunt. They're the ones taking the backlash. It's the guys and women driving the tram. It's not the head of Disney.
Right. Exactly.
And that's terrible because guess what? When you go to Disney, if you've ever been to Disney World, listen to me. You need a ride everywhere you go.
You do,
like literally.
And I've been to Disney a couple times. You need a ride, and listen, even getting a ride, you still gonna get some walking in.
My God,
it is. I mean, wear your good sneakers.
You go
right. Wear your good sneakers because that's gonna be a minute. But yeah, I mean, that's just horrible.
And I'm trying to figure out what are people holding out for. You have companies who have raised the minimum wage. They have raised. And not all of them, because all of them, a lot of them are still like, yeah, we're going to wait this thing out. We're going to see what happens. We're going to try to use a robot, or we're going to try to use a computer, or we're going to try to use all these other
online agents,
and all of this, intelligence, robotic, all of this stuff that people do not want, because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much technology comes into our lives. At the end of the day, there are moments where we need and want to talk to a human person.
Right.
We really do. And, you know, and listen to me, you call some companies now, again, you call Verizon, they do not give a shit. They're like, listen, you talk to this automated system or you talk to no one. And if you get a human person, you pay $7 to talk to this human person. Or you paid X
Wait,
amount of
isn't
dollars
that
to talk to this
crazy?
human
They
person.
will charge you. Their companies will
to
charge
actually
you
talk to a
to
human
talk
person.
to a person. Yes.
This
yes.
is what I'm saying. Like,
I hadn't heard that.
Control. It is out of control. Out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And they will charge you to talk to a human person. And it's like they believe, okay, we have this technology and we're saving money by making all of this stuff automated. But again, computers are only as good as the person who's freaking monitoring it or running it or operating it. And they forget that part because they think that once we put it on a computerized system or once we automate it, that it can just run by itself. But guess what? Somebody has to monitor that.
No, somebody has to monitor it and somebody has to download the information, like look at the information the computer has collected, like whatever the online agent agreed to. Somebody has
to manage that.
And I know it's a very far-fetched idea, but everybody doesn't have a smartphone. There are people who do not have smartphones or internet connection or any of that. We have like seniors who will still using a regular flip phone, and you know, so we have to be cognizant of that. That automated system, that customer service bot isn't going to help them.
And listen, I'll tell you this: my sister who has season tickets to the Sixers, like you can't even get a ticket now. Everything is digital.
Yep.
So, and the problem is that when you get these older people and you say everything is digital, like you have to literally walk up and on your phone, you have to download the tickets. You have to download all of this stuff. And you're like, and when you have certain seats and you have season tickets, like it comes with other amenities, it comes with food and it comes with other benefits. You got to download all of this stuff.
You do.
And when you get to the window, most of these people have no idea what to do with this information, what to do with it.
That's absolutely right. Girl, the same thing happened. We took Casey to the zoo. And I remember just going to the zoo. I had to go online, order the tickets online because we wanted to go to this other section, the big time, to see the new dinosaur exhibit they have. I had to then download those tickets, and when you get there, they scan the phone, and the scan wasn't working. Girl, it was crazy. Like you never talk to a person.
No, you don't.
You never
talk to a person. And so while they are increasing, and listen to me, prices are going up. Food, on gas, prices are going up on everything. But the customer service, like if something is wrong or you need to connect and you need to change something that process alone is insane.
Here's another thing I found, and I don't know if I guess it's kind of related. So I'm doing some things in the house, you know, and I need a couple products. So I go online to order them. I do my online shopping, where I want to get it from. Okay, boom, I find it where I want it. And this is not just the first time, it happens over and over and over again. They're not even keeping these things in stock anymore.
Nope.
You have
nothing is in stock. I was like, oh, listen, it's no problem. I'll go pick it up. Have it, you know, I'll get it from the store. You know, you do curbside. You can just like pick it up ahead, order ahead, and go grab it. Nope, you better order that. You have to order it now. They're not even keeping things in stock.
And listen, they're talking about Small Business Saturday that is coming up soon. And small businesses are really struggling because they have no products to put on the shelves because all of the products, because there's a product shortage across the freaking country, they have no products to put on the shelves. And because of the big box stores, they're getting all of the products, they're getting all of the shipments, and then you have to compete with Amazon, who has everything. If you think about it, Amazon has it. If you dream of it, Amazon has it. If you ask about it, Amazon has it. And so for small business stores, or small businesses which are brick and mortar stores for the most part, they don't have an online shopping opportunity for you to go online and shop and buy their products out of the stores. They are suffering in that sense.
Yeah.
They are suffering.
Yeah.
And the customer service with all of these places, but I will say this, I love Amazon's commercials where they talk about, listen, I want you to pay for my education. They're like, we got that. I only want to work certain hours out of the week. We got that. I only want to work at night because I need to be home with my kids during the day. We got that. How can you even compete with that?
Right. You can't. It used to be Walmart, like Walmart and Home Depot and Lowe's. Those were the stores you couldn't compete with. That's nothing compared to what Amazon is doing.
Oh my God. Nothing. How can you even? Amazon is saying we got benefits.
And they got Michael B. Jordan. How can you?
Wait. I'm done. I'm done with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to get your shit together.
They got Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he comes with the benefits. She's like, and they got Michael B. Jordan. Like, you can order him and he'll come to your house. Right. Can he show up in your cart?
Right. He'll be there in 2 days. He'll be there in 2 days. 2 business days. Listen,
he might be on back order.
Unfortunately.
He might be on back order.
But I'm saying, really, the service is really going down, even in restaurants. Restaurants, you don't see the quality of service that you saw post-pandemic. You just don't. I mean, and I think, if we look back, we took for granted a lot of what we received in terms of customer service.
Well, we did
from businesses and products and all of that we took for granted, and now. It's like the real estate market, where it's a buyer's market sometimes, and then it's a seller's market. It's an employer's market, and right now it's an employee market. Right. And employees are demanding certain things, and these employers are really scrambling, and they think that they can go and get these computerized or automated systems and replace these employees, and they are about to find out you cannot.
Well, and I think
in some instances, but you cannot in most.
They're trying to figure out how to, because you think about it, this pandemic, like if this had been something that was just like a month or two and then it was over and everything went back to the way it was. But you're talking about 2 years or going into 2 years of this. Mm-hmm. So they've really, even employers and people are just trying to figure out, how do you function now, because now things have just changed. There is no going back to what it was. Even when you talk about restaurants that you always had to go to the restaurant and eat. Well, now as a result of the pandemic, you didn't, because for them to continue thriving, they had to hook up with DoorDash or start delivering. And so now there's a whole contingent of people who aren't choosing to go back into restaurants. So for the few people who are going into restaurants, yes, you're right. They're probably not getting the same customer service, but you got to think the people working at those restaurants now aren't the same people who were working there 2 years ago. They don't know anything about how to provide customer service because they haven't had any customers. All they've done is take orders over the phone.
This is true. This is actually true. And it's
also made some businesses get real about some stuff. Because you remember, if there was a hot new restaurant in town, I can think of this one Middle Eastern place I wanted to get to so badly. You needed reservations 3, 4, 5 months out in advance, and then you still couldn't. You know what? This has evened the whole playing field with that.
Exactly.
You can't play that game anymore. You better have a takeout window if you want to be able to survive in this.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And that is true, because Instacart, I don't even have to go to the market anymore.
I know.
I can order all my stuff, and Instacart will drop it off at my door. I don't even have to be home. And I will get a message on my phone saying your delivery has arrived at your doorstep, at 11:52 a.m.
Yeah.
Whatever the case might be.
Go get it before somebody else take it. But yes.
Right. Go get your shit off the step before somebody gets you.
But yes, you're right. Even, I mean, what I discovered is like my grocery store I go to here in Delaware, Giant. Like they have the Instacart, or they have the thing where, because when I go to the grocery store, and I haven't used it yet, but I go to the grocery store and I see the people in the grocery store walking around shopping for other people's orders.
Absolutely.
And you can pull up, they'll bring it out, put it right in the trunk of your car. You don't even have to get out. You just pull into one of the spots they have numbered. You send a text message to whatever line they've set up, and they bring your groceries right out to you.
Yeah.
And they have made it so convenient
for
us to actually live our lives freely. They have made it so convenient with things like Instacart and with things like, DoorDash.
Yeah.
You don't have to go pick your food up anymore.
Nope.
You can have it delivered right to your door, and you always had delivery. But listen, DoorDash took it to a whole new level. They took it to a whole new level.
Well, you get more variety.
As things like Uber. And the thing about these companies is that they have used just regular everyday people to provide these services.
Yep.
And this is the thing they don't understand, is why people are hesitant about going back to these 9-to-5 jobs, sitting in these cubicles and sitting in these offices for 8 hours a day. Because guess what? These people are making good money with Uber and Instacart and DoorDash and all of this stuff. And we look at it, baby boomers look at that like, oh my God, you need to go get a regular job. Now, the only thing that they're missing in these areas is things like benefits. They're missing benefits. And they're missing things like, 401 and healthcare plans and all of that kind of stuff. They're missing that. However, if you make enough money, this is why Obamacare was so significant, because you can go get your healthcare plan.
You can go get your own.
Your own thing.
And you know what? A lot of companies with that 401k, they haven't been half contributing anyway. Go get yourself your own IRA account, and you can set your own terms for how you want to manage your money. Don't let your job have your money like that.
Absolutely.
I'll get off my soapbox with regard to that. Put your employer out of your money.
Because you know what? You need to learn how money works. You need
to
learn how you can make money off of your money.
You can do that yourself.
And you're right. A lot of these companies put us in these 401k plans, and that's true. And if you ask the average person about their 401k plan, they couldn't tell you.
They have no idea.
They have no idea. They have no idea where they're contributing, who they're contributing to, where their money is going. They have no idea. But if you learn it for yourself and you invest your money the way you want to invest it, you know how it goes, and you know where your money is going and how it's working for you. Absolutely. So this is true. But that's the only thing that these companies are actually missing in providing people. But if you make enough money, you can go get your own health care.
You can get your own.
Get your own.
You can go get your own 401k or IRA account, or you can go, whatever you want to do to save your money and let it grow. You can go get that for yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so these companies that are doing DoorDash, and not only that, there's a company that's on the rise right now. So you know how Google, when you go on Google and, and they're just tracing you, they're tracking you, everything you do, they're tracking you. And you know what? There's a company who is on the rise, and they're coming out saying, you know what? No more of that. If you go on and the only person that can see you, what you're doing and who is you, that's it. Nobody's tracking you. Nobody's doing any of that. You can go on and shop. Nobody's sending you no text messages saying we're tracking what you shopping for. You doing. They're not doing any of that.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something. They're going to become wealthy as shit because this is new, and they're going to become the next Google on a 2.0.
But they're marketing heavy because you can hear them.
They're marketing heavily.
But listen, those other companies said they want to track me to enhance my shopping experience.
It's creepy. Right.
Yeah. Because if I search for something and then I go on and all of a sudden it's in the feed and it's like, what in the world? I just wanted to see.
Right. Like I wanted to buy my daughter one pair of slippers. Right. I don't need regular ads for slippers. for 4-year-olds.
And this new company by these young people, they are saying we are not doing that because nobody needs to track you like that. No one needs to track you like that. Now, we're going to see how long that lasts because you know what? Money talks and bullshit walks. Because guess what? The reason they track you, there's money in that. There's money in that. There's value in why they're tracking you. There's value in it.
And they sell it.
And they sell it. Exactly. They sell it. Yeah. So the fact of the matter, we'll see how long that lasts, but they are up and coming. Their IPO is through the freaking roof. And guess what? They are going to become rich whether it works or not because it's something new and people are very frustrated about being tracked, with their purchases and their searches and all of that stuff. So there's a new company that's on the rise and they are actually moving in the direction of stopping that whole tracking system because they're sick of it. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something about this new generation and those that will come after that is that whatever it is that they have been sitting on and waiting for to get rid of and to stop, they are making it happen.
Sure.
They are making it happen. They're making it happen. Our lives will be so convenient when you look at New York and they got robots that's rolling down the street delivering your food to you. You come outside and you just open the thing and you get your food out. You're like, all right, deuces. Okay. Thanks.
Well, you don't have to tip the robot. So
right.
You don't have to tip the robot at all. But even when you look at companies like Uber, where you don't have to exchange any money, you don't have to do any of that. All of it takes care of itself. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing with DoorDash. You don't have to exchange no money at that point.
The only problem with those, though, if they bring you the wrong order, the only thing you end up with, and it's interesting because I had that happen. We ordered Chipotle by DoorDash, and it happened to me twice. So I refuse to do DoorDash by Chipotle anymore.
I don't do DoorDash anyway because they're too expensive. But go ahead. That's just.
But yeah,
those people look scary to me. I'm sorry. I've seen them. I'm not sure about their hygiene. I'll stop.
Someone else named Valerie ordered the same night I did, so they picked up the wrong order, brought me that order. So the difference is. If you get it directly from the place, okay, they'll bring you something, your right stuff. But when it's a DoorDash thing, they're not coming back to bring you they just refund you your money. Like, all right, well, you don't pay for it. It's like, yeah, but this isn't what I wanted. Now I'm stuck with this.
Right. Now I don't have the order that I actually wanted.
Right. So, okay, I didn't pay for it, but now I'm stuck with some food I didn't want.
It's always something nasty. It's never anything good.
It is. It's never good.
Would you say
it's never good?
Nothing I really ever wanted.
Who eats that?
Right, like I didn't want that.
But listen, all I can say is that prices are rising for sure in all areas: gas, food, restaurants. Price. Like I go to the farmers market often, and even the prices in the farmers market is rising. Mm-hmm. Everything is rising, and so. While I get wonderful service in the farmers market, there are areas where you're not getting that customer service anymore. The airport sucks. The airport sucks. You call if you got a ticket messed up or if you want to change your flight or first of all, you're on the phone for 2 hours. You're on the phone for 2 hours trying to get one person on the phone to help you. But, it is real. And this thing that they're calling skimpflation is really skimping on that customer service while you're inflating your prices. Mm-hmm. And, we have to get better. We have to do better with that because one thing, and the reason why people either buy a certain product or they get a certain service is really based on the customer service they get as a result of it. It's the customer service. And if the customer service is not there, we're doomed.
Yep.
We're doomed. So thank you, ladies, so much. Once again, thank you so much. Those of you who are watching, those of you who have commented, on Facebook, watching on Facebook, tuning in. Thank you for watching another episode of The GYST. Because when it comes to life, love, and the pursuit of happiness, Sometimes you just need a moment to get your shit together. And I'm saying to all of these people who are shortchanging us on customer service, get your shit together, because we want better. And I know we've gone through a whole pandemic, and I know we've gone through some trying times, and you're looking for employees. Pay the damn money and you'll get the right employees, and we'll get the customer service that we want.
Okay.
Simple as that. So see you next time, which is Wednesday at 8 p.m. We'll be right back here on the GYST.
Good night.